Hey everyone, welcome to another Facebook Live. I'm your host, Jess,
And I'm your host, Lauren.
and today we are going to be doing some highlights from the 2021 Virtual Yearbooks, which is super exciting. A lot of time, a lot of work in the making, but they're finally here, and we're really excited to talk about them. But first, Lauren's going to give us some Facebook Live etiquette and just let you guys know some tips and tricks for when you're watching this live.
Thanks, Jess. So the first thing I'll say for this Facebook Live is please shout out yourself and shout out your friends or your kids, your parents, whoever that graduated or recently had a big accomplishment. Shout that out in the comments and let's praise them because that's a big deal. With these yearbooks, they definitely take some time in production and there could be a delay. If you graduated in the last month, you might not have been able to be included in this year's yearbook. But by the way, you can definitely apply to be in yearbooks in the future. But let's give you a shout out right here today. So put it in the comments if you just graduated or something big happened in your career or with school or whatever you have going on. Also, feel free to share this with your family members, your friends. This yearbook is a big deal because it's a celebration of all you've done and all you've achieved. So let's talk about that and share that with the people that can make you feel really good about it. The only thing we discourage you from doing is, of course, putting any personal information in the comments because that's public to a lot of people. But if there are any questions or specific things that you need addressed, don't hesitate to give us a call and we're happy to talk with you. The number for student services is 1-888-427-1000. And if you're watching this and you're not a Penn Foster student, but you are loving the achievements of some of our graduates and want to potentially become one, you can always call our admissions department at 1-888-427-6500. So with that, as Jess mentioned, we're going to be talking all about the yearbook today. We'll go over what the virtual yearbook is, why we have done yearbooks this year. We did one last year too. Why you should check them out, even if you're not somebody who is included in this year's yearbook because you're still a student and you haven't graduated yet. And then we'll actually open up the yearbooks and show you guys some highlights. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Jess, what are the virtual yearbooks? Could you tell us a little bit more about them?
So basically, our virtual yearbooks is exactly what it sounds like. If you go to school, that, at the end of the year, you'd get the yearbook and your picture would be in it. And, especially if you were a graduate, you would have, your little section where you'd put your quote and what you graduated from and what you plan on doing. And it's just a really great way to celebrate and commemorate your accomplishments as a graduate and to be able to share that with other people and also to, get to see how many other people completed or, met their goals just like you did. And it honestly is a really great way to feel, connected to the class of people that you kind of graduated with, even though they're not people that you've met, in real life or anything of that nature. But basically the virtual yearbooks are a place for the graduates to have their names listed, and they can also share a photo and a yearbook quote celebrating completing their program, which is always a really nice part of, graduating from a traditional school is having, those graduation pictures and being able to look back, later on in life and being able to see, I accomplished this and so did all of these other people, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, I love that. And there are so many of you who are able to submit for the yearbooks this year. So we have one yearbook for high school and one yearbook for career and college. So that's why we're talking about them as plurals. But so many of you were able to submit. We sent out emails and did social posts encouraging all of you to share a picture and a quote and be recognized. And we were really happy to see that a lot of you did that, which is really cool.
And also the submissions, they started being accepted this summer and they closed at the end of July. So if by any, if you missed the cutoff for the 2021 yearbook, do not worry. keep an eye on your inbox and make sure you look for the email for the 2022 yearbook, and you are more than welcome, and we would be thrilled to have you in the next yearbook if you weren't able to be in this one.
Absolutely.
So Lauren, why do you think, having these yearbooks virtual is a good idea and was like where we kind of took it this year?
So as you all know, some of you might know if you've been following us, we did used to hold in-person graduations, but because of the pandemic, gathering in person has been a challenge the past 2 years. And safety for all of you is our number one concern. So for that reason, and also the reason of when we did have graduations, they were in Pennsylvania. Not everybody can afford to or make time to travel to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania to walk across the stage. So, but, all of your accomplishments matter and all of them deserve to be recognized. So last year we decided we're taking the graduation show online, and that's when we started to develop these virtual yearbooks. And really, we just wanted them to be a place where anybody who wanted to be recognized or get a shout out for the accomplishment of graduating, which is a very big deal, you could. So like we said, we sent emails to our graduates. We did some social posts asking for submissions. We really wanted to make it so anybody who wanted to can participate. So that's when we kind of started to put this together. Another cool thing with it being virtual is that it's shareable. When we did these in-person graduations, they're harder to share with family and friends because, again, you'd have to travel to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is quite a distance for many of you. But with these virtual yearbooks, you could literally just share the link with your friends and family members, and they can make you feel special and celebrated from wherever you are. Penn Foster is a school that you can do anywhere. So we wanted to make celebrating our graduates of that same spirit. So we're really happy with being able to do this. And, I think we're excited in future years to carry on this tradition as well. No matter what in-person graduation may or may not bring, depending on the state of the world in the future. So without further ado, I think we can get in to giving you guys a little preview of these yearbooks, which is really exciting.
Yes, let's do it.
So let me pull those up.
And Lauren, I kind of like what you said about, making this universal, because that's what Penn Foster is, right? It's the kind of thing that you can do from anywhere. You can complete our programs from home, and we have students, from all corners and all walks, and having a yearbook that's as universal as our programs are, it just kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
For sure. So here we have first the 2021 Penn Foster College Career School and ICS Digital Yearbook. So we'll give you guys a little bit of a tour through this one first. We have all these pictures are pictures of you guys that we wanted to make the cover. Again, this is all about celebrating you. So we hope you see that reflected throughout this entire yearbook. So the first thing you'll see is a message from Frank Britt, our president and CEO, to congratulate all of you. He's always really in tune with what all of you are achieving and doing with your education, with your career. And I know he is very excited to recognize your accomplishments. So there's a message from him too. So then we get into the career school graduates.
Woohoo, yes.
So I'll do a little scroll through some of your names. We are really, again, happy to have so many of you submit these. Seeing this is so awesome.
It's really, really cool. And it just makes you realize how many other people completed and met their goals at the exact same time that you did, and, wanted to be included in this, and just shows that, obviously, we hope that you don't feel like you were going through your educational journey alone, because you have, the support of us here and your friends and family at home. But just knowing that all of these other people were also, doing the same at the same time is kind of incredible to see, like there's so many. There's so many of you guys, and we're only at M.
I know.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. If you see your name in here or anybody like give a little shout out in the comments as we're going through. Because it's so exciting. It really is.
And if you didn't have the chance to be involved for any reason, please, please, please give yourself a shout out. So in addition to all of these names in this next section, we asked for you guys to submit a picture and a quote. So you're about to see some really nice, beautiful, beautiful graduation photos and really nice selfies and really, really nice quotes to go with them. I like Angela's. Never give up on things that make you happy.
And right next to Angela's, I really liked, it won't get done on its own. You have to work for it, because truer words have never been spoken.
So true. And you guys know, I mean, you're doing a self-paced education. You're working hard in your career goals, and it's not easy, but you're doing it.
Karina down here says, one down, more to go. And I love that mentality that she's just going to, keep on keeping on, because you don't have to stop after you, get that first degree or, keep going. There's more things you're interested in. You always have that option, which is awesome.
I like Aline, believe you can, and you're halfway there.
Ain't that the truth? I also love Katie here. We have to speak up on behalf of those who cannot speak for themselves. She was a veterinary assistant, got her diploma in that, and that's so true for so many, individuals who do go through our veterinary assistant program or our vet tech program, because you really do have to stand up for those who, the animals of the world who can't speak up for themselves as well.
True. I would love to give a shout out to Amanda. She's one of our Graduate of the Year finalists this year. If you guys don't know about our Graduate of the Year finalists, I would definitely encourage you to visit our Student Life blog on the website, or listen to on our SoundCloud. If you search Penn Foster on SoundCloud, you can look at our Alumni Spotlight podcast, where all of our Graduate of the Year finalists have done a podcast with us and have told their story, and they're really incredible. So definitely take the time to get to know them, and we're anxiously awaiting the DEAC to announce who the Graduate of the Year winner is. But we promise to keep you guys updated as soon as we know.
A lot of really great photos in here. I also love some of them, with the graduates actually holding their diplomas, because that's always a really nice thing to see, being really proud. Right here, down here, Terry, holding his diploma up, big smile. This is really awesome.
Also, this is a good time to mention that if you just got your diploma, if you are making milestones happen, I love Hannah up here too.
Yeah.
If you have accomplished any of your career goals recently, we love to reshare your pictures and your stories on our social media. So please post on social media, especially Instagram. We love to reshare a lot there. Tag us at Penn Foster, and we absolutely love to see it. We absolutely love to share the things that you accomplish. You can also send us a direct message right to our Instagram or right to our Facebook page, and we'll be sure to see you there, congratulate you on a well-earned accomplishment, and share out what you have been achieving.
Yes, absolutely.
Another thing too that we would love it if you guys wanted to participate in is we do, like we said, have that alumni spotlight podcast. So we also, I mean, we have the podcast, that's a big deal for us, but we also love to do video interviews if you want to tell your story that way. And if you're somebody who's a little bit more shy and you're a bit more comfortable with, maybe just talking to somebody off camera or off voice, you can always participate in a student spotlight blog with us too. So our Backstage Buddy will drop the link to that form in the comments. But would love for you to tell us your story and talk with us, because I think it's important to, like, a lot of these things that you do, like going through school or making these accomplishments in your life, like, to you, that's life. But to somebody else, that can be the inspiration that they need or the motivation that they need to keep going or start something that they were afraid to do. So you could be the one to provide that motivation, which is really great.
Absolutely. And I think too, it's important that everybody's stories get shared. You might think, oh, well, I didn't do anything crazy, but like Lauren said, to somebody else, you could be a huge inspiration. And we love to be able to share those stories with, current students and prospective students. So absolutely, if you would like to share your story with us in any way, like Lauren says, a picture, tag us on Instagram, or want to be part of a blog or a video or, a podcast, we would absolutely love to have you.
Definitely. So before I close out the College and Career Yearbook, I love this quote by Myra. It's never too late to go back to school. And I know a lot of you feel that way, and that's awesome. All right, we ready to switch over to high school?
Woohoo! Yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I know we talked about it in the last one, but I love all the pictures on the homepage too.
Yes.
On the first page of the blog, because these are really real pictures of you guys. And it's, everybody, it's so cool to see people, being really, really proud and wearing their cap and gown. And, especially, seeing people who go back to school and then still want to do, take that picture with that cap and gown, because it really is a stepping stone and it really is really awesome.
Yeah, you deserve that moment to feel really proud of yourself and what you've done. And it's cool to be able to wear that. It's a marker that you've done something well worth being celebrated.
Absolutely.
So here in the high school yearbook, we have some of our high school faculty that also wanted to contribute some really nice messages, like Dr. Lori Wellner, our Penn Foster High School principal, Megan Bowen, our Penn Foster High School director. So, take a moment to read their words. They're close to what you guys are doing. They're really always looking at our high school students and our high school graduates, and their words definitely are meaningful because they are so proud of all of you. So we have a lot of you guys that graduated high school, a lot of names here. So I hope that, you all can take some time to really look through this and read these names and think about how incredible all of you are for this major, major milestone. Look at all of you guys.
And, if we did, have an in-person graduation this year, the list of names would be significantly cut down, because at the graduation, they would, list off the names of those who were there. And like we were saying before, not everybody has the means to travel all the way to Pennsylvania to be a part of it. So it's great to be able to see, even if, that you aren't in a position to be able to come to our in-person graduation, we still want to celebrate you, even if it's in this way, which is awesome. Oh, I love the Bitmoji graduation cap.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love Chantel's quote. Thank God I got my diploma at the age of 38. Way to go.
Yes. Oh my gosh, and this photo is incredible too. That's awesome.
Yes.
That is really cool.
Justin, he's somebody that I know shared a photo and a little bit of his story on our Instagram, and we reposted it a while back. And he really had a lot that he was able to like overcome to get his diploma, and he's worked so hard, and we're really proud of him.
If you go back one right next to Justin, there was Christina here, and she got her high school diploma at the age of 50. That's
awesome.
incredible. Congratulations, Christina. That's awesome.
Look at how good these photos are. You guys look incredible. And I love that all of you look so happy.
That's what I always say, you know, when I see graduation photos, nothing looks better with a diploma than a big smile, because you really know how proud you are of yourself. And that's really what's important at the end of the day. You know, a lot of us do things to make our friends and family proud, make our parents proud, but feeling pride in yourself is, you know, it's a whole nother kind of feeling, which is incredible to see. I love that so many of these really do say it's never too late to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And never, you know what I mean? It's never too late. And I think that that's really, you know, it's really inspiring. And, you know, one of the things that we always try to, you know, let people know that it's not, and you shouldn't feel like it ever is too late, you know?
I love this quote from Ellen: an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest.
Oh my gosh.
True.
That just gave me goosebumps. I love that.
Where there is a will, there is a way, from Andreas.
So good. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. I love that from Rose from the Dead Poets Society. It's really
cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would put as a quote if, you know, I was in, because when I was in school, we had a yearbook, but they didn't let us put quotes in. So I'm thinking, you know, what would be my quote if I had that opportunity?
You know what? I don't think my high school allowed us to put quotes in either, which feels kind of sad, because I think it's nice to be able to leave a bit of a legacy. Like, for everybody who submitted their photo and their quote here, this will always, always, always be part of the Penn Foster 2020-2021 yearbook forever.
Yes.
And like, this is just cementing your place in your own history and in Penn Foster's history. And we go way back. Penn Foster was founded in 1890, so we have quite a long history, and one with many really cool milestones. And you are now all a part of that, which is a big deal.
I love that. I love that so much. I think too, you know, if you guys, you know, looking through this, think of any quotes that you would write if you were in the yearbook for next year or anything like that, drop them in the comments. Drop some motivation, some inspiration today. Everybody could use it sometimes, you know. The beautiful thing about learning is no one can take it away from you, from Zariah over here. And that's a really gorgeous photo.
It is. And I love that quote too. It is so true. Like, no matter what life brings your way, your knowledge and your skills, like, those are with you forever.
Forever. Yep.
And they're a big part of who you are, and, you know, your confidence and what you're able to contribute to your own life and to your communities, to this world. So that's really cool.
I'm feeling very inspired by all of these.
Me too. Also, for anyone who is a current student or anyone who's graduated, if you are not already doing so, definitely check out the student community. You're able to interact in there if you're a graduate as well. But that's a great place for, like, look at how incredible you all are. Like, seeing all of you makes me want to get to know more about each of you, get to know more about your stories. And The community is a great place for you to meet each other, get to know each other, hear more about each other, and, you know, feel connected to all of these wonderful smiling faces.
Really awesome. I love Cassidy's picture here with her pup.
Yes. If there's a will, there's a way. If there's a Quizlet, there's an A. Love it.
Oh my gosh, so real. So real. That is hilarious.
I like Ramesh too. It doesn't matter when you finish, as long as you finish, which is true.
Timeline, exactly. Everybody's timelines are different. And I think that's something that, you know, just in general in life, you know, I try to preach and to tell people, because like a lot of these people are saying, it's never too late to go back. Just because you accomplish something a little later than somebody else did doesn't make your accomplishment any less important or any less incredible. So, you know, he's right. It doesn't matter when you finish, as long as you finish.
And you know, like, you all have different stuff going on. Some of you might be able to just solely focus on high school or on your program that you're doing, but others, you have kids, you have jobs, you have a million other things going on. And if you can't, you know, hurry through it, that's okay. You're making progress, and, you know, celebrate that progress. And when you're done, celebrate that accomplishment, because it's not easy, and you had to motivate yourself. You had to make the time to do this. You had to put in the effort, all from you. There's nobody forcing you. You didn't have to go to a classroom and be shamed by a teacher for not having something done. It was all you, which I think makes it pretty cool when you're at this point, when you get to be a graduate and be celebrated in the yearbook.
It's honestly so cool. Looking at all of these I just can't believe how many there are. It's endless. It just keeps going. It's crazy.
We'll also be sure to share the links to these in the comments. So our backstage buddy Des will drop those in. We posted them they were sent to in an email and on social a while back, but we want to make sure that you can take a fresh look today. But you could check your emails too, because this should have been delivered right to you.
Right to your inbox. It's just incredible. I love all the balloons. Excuse me. So long and thanks for all the fish. I love that reference.
I don't get it.
It's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh.
Look up the video from like the opening scene from the movie. It's really funny.
Okay.
But I love that.
I love this quote. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.
I saw that one a little bit earlier. I think that is, if I'm not mistaken, a Walt Disney quote.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of quotes in here saying, I did it for my mom, or I did it for my kids. And I think that's really cool. You know, not only did you have this accomplishment for yourself, but like, this is something that your kids can look up to you for, and your family members can be proud of you for.
Yes, absolutely. I saw one before that said this was nothing like High School Musical.
Such a great film.
Such a great, defined a generation, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Kayla's picture.
Yes, great picture. Really great picture.
The sky is the limit. So true.
If you climb in the saddle, be ready for the ride. Ain't that the truth? You know, because that's, you know, you see all of these people who've accomplish this, you might think, oh, it's easy, but, there is a lot that goes into it, and a lot of hard work went into every single one of these diplomas earned by every single one of these graduates. And, just like Lauren was saying before, some of you might have been able to just focus on high school and, which is incredible in itself. But, anybody who has, we have students with full-time jobs, students with families, and it really is a testament to, everything that you've put into it, holding that piece of paper in your hand.
That is very true. I like Nicole's quote, believe in yourself, trust the process, and know you are worth it.
I love that too.
I think it's hard sometimes to make the decision to do something for yourself. But, we all deserve, we were gifted life, and it is what we make it. So making the decision to do something that's going to better your life is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
I saw one back here. They told me I couldn't, and I showed them I could, from Lewis.
Awesome. Because
oh, sorry, what did you say, Jess?
I was just going to say, there are a lot of things put up, barriers that can stop you. So, you might have, people telling you that you can't, or it might be you, it might be your inner dialogue telling you that you can't, but you can, and that's awesome.
I saw one a while back too that's to all the haters, I did it. And I think it's exactly what you said, Jess,
Yes.
There might be people who doubt you, or, maybe feeling a little bit jealous of what you're accomplishing, but you just got to go for it.
And also flaunt it. Put that everywhere. Every picture, every, quote, every feeling that you have, because you deserve it and people deserve to know.
Don't ever let anybody steal your sparkle.
Oh, that's a good yearbook. That's a good quote. That's a good yearbook quote.
Oh, yeah, that is a good yearbook quote. Guys, in the comments, if you can think of, if you didn't already submit a quote to the yearbook and you have any good yearbook quote inspiration for next year, drop it in there. Let's hear them.
I always liked that quote. How does it start? Now I'm not going to be able to remember it. Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. That people, you're too afraid to sparkle because you might sparkle too bright and people might not get it. And you can't let you can't let those things hold you back. Especially as life goes on and things get more complicated, and doing things like this for yourself get harder. It's really, really incredible.
Pamela, follow your heart and your dreams will come true.
Yes. I liked when it just said, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I really like that.
I like Nordia. Perseverance is the key. Believe and you will achieve.
Oh, and she has a great photo. I love the balloons and the streamers. Yeah. I love these setups for some of these pictures are really awesome.
Being in a time where we're having to not do as much out in public and in the world, it is cool to see how many of you had at-home graduation parties and found ways to celebrate. So this next section is really cool. It's just a big congratulations from all of us here at Penn Foster. There are some notes from the education faculty, from the admissions team, the student services team. And yeah, congrats everyone. This was exciting to be able to go through this with all of you today. I know we were really happy here on the Penn Foster team to see these and see all of you celebrated and read your names and read what quotes and inspiration you had and see you guys post on social media, the things that you're achieving, and it's incredible. So shout out to all of you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, congratulations from, everybody at Penn Foster, but from like me and Lauren specifically too. We come on here and we love talking with you guys and going over like really fun things like this. And we're really proud. We're really proud of everybody. So congratulations.
Yes. All right, guys, with that, we will leave you today, but thank you again for joining and celebrating with us. It was nice for all of us to get together today and celebrate our graduates, all at once, which was really cool. So we appreciate you sticking with us and checking out all of our awesome grads. And congratulations to all of you who are grads or know a grad.
Awesome. We will talk to you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.